time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie, Pablo, and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie, Pablo, and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie, Pablo, and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie, Pablo, and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie, Pablo, and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out.
mic, hot mic.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Welcome to the show. Are we there? Are we here? Are you there, Pablo?
Sometimes. So,
Yeah,
I
sometimes
know
I
how it
am.
feels. I'm the same way too. I'm never 100% there.
I was like, it looks like we
Are
got.
we in the air?
Are we here? Are we
on?
live?
Are we live like Memorex?
I don't know. It doesn't
That's
look like
old
it.
school. You gotta be old school to know what that is.
I can't tell. Hold on.
Or double tape.
Our super duper producer over here says we're live.
Are we live? Okay. We're good. All right, we're live. There we are. I see us. I see us. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Don't Count Us Out podcast, hosted by Latinos in the House, live on Facebook. I'm Stephanie Garza, one of your hosts, and to my right is Pablo Punk Out Gonzalez. Shh. Shh. And we have today's guest, Tony TECHNICS, in the house. Woo! Woo! Oh, this isn't on today. What happened? I had the claps already? Oh, there we go. Power on.
Nobody wanted to clap for me.
I know.
They're like,
Oh my
Tony.
God.
Bleh.
See, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. See, there. I knew we were up there. We were up there.
Oh, late.
It was like power on. All right. Hey, Elvia. Elvia's in the house. Michael Carrillo's in the house. Mario Reyes, what's going on? Hope you're feeling better, brother. I know you had some surgery a couple of weeks ago, so hope you're feeling better. So, hey, Pablo.
Hi, Stephanie.
How are you?
Great. I missed you.
I missed you. Yeah. We needed the break, though.
Yeah.
We needed the break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what'd you do this weekend? What
Well,
you been doing for this past couple of
Well,
weeks?
it was nice. We went to the convent reunion.
How was that?
It was nice. It was packed. You know,
Yeah.
all the tables were full. We did some dancing.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then of course, you know, it was Easter weekend, so we went to church and
Mm-hmm.
you know, did lunch and dining. And what's funny is Yvetto gave up meat, right, for lunch. So believe me, on Sunday she ate a lot of meat. She went to town on that.
Ba-dum-bum.
Hey, that's personal.
I didn't say he would, that she had a lot of meat.
Oh, my.
It was a great Sunday. Yeah,
Oh, well, that's good. Easter was good?
yeah, it was fabulous. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
How about you guys? What you ought?
Well, how was your weekend over at the Crash?
Oh, it was packed. It was
I
like
saw.
It was like, man, it was like it was like, you can't move type. Yeah, it was great. We had a great turnout.
Damn.
That's awesome.
I know. I
But,
wanted to extend. You go ahead because you were.
But our condolences to the family of Juan Villa, who
Villa Gomez, yes.
Villa Gomez, who passed away that night. I don't know all the details. I believe he was crossing the street
Yeah.
afterwards, and he was hit by cars.
Ooh.
I don't know if I hadn't seen that anybody said that he was coming out of the crash.
Yeah, I don't know what was on TV. You see the crash
Right.
behind it, so I don't know if he attended. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it was in that vicinity.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah.
I know when I read it, somebody had reached out to me and said, hey, did you go? And because I was sick, I was supposed to go see you guys. And then,
Yeah, we're
was
looking for you. Like,
yeah.
where's Steph and
So
Mike?
I went dress shopping. And then I got home and I was just out. My granddaughter, was just sick the week before. So it was just really bad. But I missed out. I was so mad because I was like, I want to go. And I didn't go. So Mike stood home with me. He's like, I won't go either. So I was like, oh. So instead he went to Hall of Fame too. And he went to go DJ there. Left me by myself. That's all right though.
Yeah.
I was okay.
Womp womp.
Yeah, I know. But I did miss it. And then this weekend still wasn't up to it because I cooked on pre-Easter
Okay.
and was supposed to head out and go visit a couple of people. Linda, happy belated birthday. But I couldn't make it, man. It was just
Sam Linda?
yeah, Sam's Linda, Smooth Smoking Sam's Linda.
Mahoney? Or?
Yeah, Mahone, Mahone,
Mahoney.
Mahoney.
I don't know.
Is it Mahoney?
I don't know. It's
I'm
something.
surprised
We'll figure that out.
I'm surprised I even know her
Hey,
last
Sue.
name. I'm shocked.
Yeah, because he was there, and then whatchamacallit, what else was going on Saturday? There was a lot of things going on Saturday that I was supposed to turn around and do, and I just didn't do. So
Oh, that's right. I had the crash too.
yes, that's where I was supposed to make it
your,
to. That's where I was supposed to go
release
to.
party.
Yes.
Yes.
For no more
By the way,
damage.
who is this guy?
I told you it was Tony Techniques.
That's right.
I don't even know who I am.
Special guest today, Tony Techniques. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
guys. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
was supposed to go see you and Numo in House 13 for your record release party. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I did put the congratulations out there because I
You did.
couldn't make it.
Yes, you did. Thank
so
you.
I wanted to make sure that I sent my love. But how cool was that? That you had a well, this isn't the first time you've had a record release party. So let's
it's not.
let's just be real. And your new label.
Yes.
What's it called?
Ritmo y Soul.
Ritmo and
So
Isol.
yeah, so the name, I don't know how I came up with it. I think I was smoking weed or something like that. But it was just it was something different for Soul Jack Digital. Just for the fact that we were getting a lot of Latin house, a lot of soulful deep house. So you know what, we were like, let's take it in a different direction with this music and just start something different, because everybody knows that Soul Jack Digital is more jack-in, funky, hard house type of stuff. So we were like, you know what, let's just do something different with this, So Ritmo and Soul was born.
You have got a lot of history that we need to speak about.
Oh,
Because
shucks.
it's everybody knows you, including our girl Carrie Cortines, who has mentioned your name quite a bit. Milana, as everybody else would know her on her legal status. Not that she's illegal, but on her legal status.
Okay.
Her legal name,
Hey-o.
her government
TMI.
name, her government name, her government name.
Well, I know her as Rabbit Queen.
Yes, Rabbit Queen. That's another nickname, but that's a different conversation for a different time. So, when I talk to, I believe it's my. Can we get my dog to stop chewing that bottle?
He's so cute.
I know he's so cute. Mello was Facebook famous yesterday. We'll talk about that later on. Damn dog. So, when I talked to Tom over at Chicago Columbia College, he mentioned your name like off the bat. Like that's one of the names he knows right off the top of his head.
Whoops.
So let's start from the beginning. How did Tony start off DJing? Who made you want to say, you know what, I want to do that?
That guy's cool.
Well, cool. I don't know about cool, but no. So I started DJing back in 1997 after I graduated from high school.
Makes it sound old.
So I am.
No, you made us sound old.
Oh, we're not old, okay?
We're vintage.
We're vintage, exactly. Thank you. No, so I graduated from summer school, and before that, my mom was like, "Listen, if you graduate high school, I will get you anything you want."
Oh, okay.
So right off the bat, because I remember watching DJs come into our the dance parties at high school, I was like, "That's so freaking badass," and I didn't know what the hell that was. So I was like, you know what, that's fine. I'm gonna graduate high school. I did in summer school, 97, and I told my mom, I'm like, I want 2 turntables and a mixer. She's like, what the fuck is that? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué chingas es eso? And she's like, ¿qué vas a hacer? ¿Tocar música? I'm like, well, yeah, you said I can get anything.
So you picked turntables over a car? You could have got a car, right?
I know.
Wow.
My mom was like, well, don't you want a car? I'm like, no, I want to be a DJ. I'm like, I want to do something different. And sure enough, she bought me the turntables. I bought them at, I don't know if you remember the store that's out there by Clark. Where
Clark
the new
University?
Yeah, by the old gramophones.
Right.
Yeah. So I went there, and we got the 2 Techniques turntables and a Gemini mixer. The Gemini mixer was funny because it was the one that comes with the buttons with the sound effects. It was like, near, near. And it actually had a little sound effect thing.
Yeah, I remember.
I was in love with that, until it started breaking down. I was like, shit. But yeah, that's how I pretty much got into it.
How'd you get your name?
Oh man,
Because
so
so your mom bought you Techniques?
no, so the story of the name actually came from one of my friends who passed away a long time ago. That was DJ Romeo. So DJ Romeo started calling me Tony Techniques. I don't know how he came up with the name. He's like, that's gonna be your new name. Because before that, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say it, but I used to go by the name Tony Mad Mix and Montes. So I went with that whole old school 80s DJ where you used your real name along with a cool middle
Nothing
name.
wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
There's not. But when he started calling me Tony Techniques, I was like, you know what? That's pretty catchy. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, I mean, like when I heard about your name, like, so you only mix our techniques, or what's this, is that the
Is that how we
story?
got
I
it?
know, right? No, so I remember when I started DJing on CDs, they're like, well, these aren't techniques. I'm like, and they're like, well, these are pioneers. You're Tony Techniques, not Tony Pioneers. I was like, listen, just give me the damn players and I'm gonna start DJing.
That's funny.
But it was really it was interesting, like how that name come up about. I never asked him, even unfortunately before he passed away. I was never able to ask him because I was like, that's a catchy name. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, that's how it came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, who would you like on the radio? Because this is past the BMX era.
Well, you
Way
know,
past that, right?
I started listening to like the BMX stuff. I started listening to that. I was listening to Z95, B96, of course.
Z95 had
Yeah,
mixes?
yeah.
Really?
Well, they
Like
had
country mixes?
no. I remember they were playing like some house music on there for a while.
okay.
Wow.
But then they turned into Hell 95 or something like
Hell
that.
95.
I was like, ugh. Yeah.
Okay.
But my favorite stations were always BMX, B96, CRX, and
You forgot one.
I know that's the one I'm trying to remember.
Because he didn't listen to it.
WCY.
What? There you go. That's right.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is that I used to love listening to you guys back in the days. And, you know, I grew up listening to, like, Gino, yourself, Caveman, all these guys. And I was like, man, I wish I could do that, be on the radio and whatnot, you know? And then I used to listen to the guys out at CRX as well, too, because... they had like the Masters in the Mix. They had what else was that show before? I can't even remember the name, but it was with Jack and Jamie and all those guys there too. So that was my go-to every Friday nights, you know. And then of course Saturdays was B96 with Bad Boy Bill, Tim, and all those guys. So it drove me with some passion to just take it and just roll with it, you know.
Yeah.
So I love it. I mean, to this day I'll still DJ and I still do different things here and there. But
Where was your first, like, flyer gig?
shit, man. So funny story. So the first flyer gig was actually with the house parties I was doing from 98 to 2000.
Okay.
And then after that, I started doing Zentras with my boy DJ Disco. And he would have me there every Friday and Saturday after that.
Where's that at, Central?
Zentra is at, what is that?
On Wheat Street.
Yeah.
Across the street from
Across the
Joe's
street
Wheat
from
Street.
Joe's, yeah.
Around the corner from Crowbar.
look
And
at
then
you.
it was right around the
Party.
corner from Biology Bar.
Party
It's
hat.
about me.
It was. It
No,
was.
you know what? I loved it. Zentra was my home away from home.
Okay.
Just for the fact that you had, what was it? 1, 2, 3. It was, I want to say 4 rooms, even if you count the outside, of course. Especially on beautiful days, the outside was perfect.
Wait, so you started in 97 and you're already in a club in 98?
No, the club started in 2000.
Oh, okay.
So by 98 to like early 2000, I was doing house parties.
Okay.
So I was doing house parties here.
What were
and
you
there.
playing in that era?
House
first
music.
started?
House music.
What was house music back then? You
To
gotta
me-
tell me because I have no idea.
Yeah, he has no
I
idea.
have no
Because he was
idea.
new wave.
I have to YouTube.
He was-
it.
No, I
New
get it. I
wave.
totally get it. To me, house music was a lot of the underground, Paul Johnson, Stacy Kidd, like a lot of the French house stuff, the Riviera stuff from out in France, of course. What else? I mean, that was my favorite. Cridamore was my favorite label out there from France. But that's what I started playing with, was all that type of music.
Okay.
And then like maybe a couple years after that, that's when I started playing old school house in different places. Yeah.
Were you there during the time when 3 Degrees was there?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
3 Degrees. Oh my God, those were great sets, great parties
Yeah.
with them. That was
Yeah.
awesome. Loved it.
Mana and all the rest of them. Yeah, that was good times.
Yeah, definitely.
So, how do you start getting into CRX? When does that fall in? Because you graduated from high school, you got what you wanted from mom, you didn't get the car.
Yeah.
I would have taken the car, but I was the party girl, so I didn't care. But you get to that point, and now it's CRX. When does that fall into place?
So CRX started in 2002. So the funny story is that I ended up going to college right after. So I ended up going to IADT, which is an International Academy of Design and Technology. I graduated in early 2002, and then I heard that the credits and the diploma weren't credited, meaning that it meant garbage.
So that was from the Art Institute, right? That was like down the street from the Art Institute? Yeah.
And then I went to Columbia College. So the thing is that when I first started college, I went to Columbia for 1 semester and then I left. And then I ended up leaving. And then when I went to Columbia College, I was like, you know what, screw it. I want to do radio broadcasting. Like, I loved the whole getting on the mic and talking and blah, blah, blah. So my friend Mario Perez was already there, and he introduced me to VG. So VG was like, why don't you just get on the air and just take his show? He's going to graduate already. I was like, you know what, that's not a bad idea. So I ended up taking the show. I switched it to a mixed show. And I ended up calling it Club Chicago Grooves on Saturday nights. It was myself at the beginning, and then I brought in Mr. Wonderful. And then I brought in Carlos Vasquez after that. And we started doing the show from like, I want to say 2002 to like maybe 2008 or 2009.
Oh, wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
And it was fun. I loved it. We did a whole bunch of stuff. We talked crap about almost every DJ. And it was all pure fun. It was all fun. Hey, Numa, what's up, Dan? And then after that, that was it. You know, I started just doing different stuff, trying to find a job, and I was still doing the whole DJing stuff. But then I started getting into like music production by 2014. Well, before 2014 actually. And then from there, that's all. That's pretty much history. Yeah.
Let's go back to CRX days, because a lot of people came out of CRX. Steve Santoyo, Kerry Cortinas, VG, yourself. There were just Mr. Wonderful. There's just a list of names that came from CRX. Tell me what those years were like being on the radio, because college radio, you know, it was an alternative for a lot of people. It was an alternative for me. You can get the CRX pretty much anywhere, and it was a broader span antenna-wise than CYC was. So, but CYC was able to get to a lot of places too. And then you had KKC that was running up against you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me,
too, on the north side.
Yep.
So tell me about those kind of years for CRX and how they came about, because I know Harry the Blaze was there probably when I went there in late 80s, early 90s.
He was there for a good minute.
Yeah, he was. And then mixes were coming in because of Milana. And then it kind of like just continued to grow. Tell me what those years were like.
They were
when you were
beautiful.
there.
They were beautiful, but they took a toll on me. So I started just getting really tired after a while, because I sometimes had to take my own stuff. Sometimes the DJs wouldn't show up. I mean, it burnt me out for a while. But would I trade that in?
You guys
Absolutely.
were mixed live?
Yeah, we were mixing
wow,
live.
nice,
Yeah, we
nice.
were mixing live. I did have a couple of DJs that never showed up, unfortunately. It is what it is. But I had almost everybody. I pretty much had like CZR, Jess was there, Lego was there, who else? Stacy Kidd, Kay Alexi. I mean, the list goes on. And it was fun. I had a blast knowing all these people. I had the late Daryl Pandy there. He was a delightful person to me. He was, God bless his soul, he was awesome.
Daryl mixed before?
No, Daryl Pandy was
okay.
just singing.
Okay.
But he loved hanging out with us because he was always busting on Mr. Wonderful. So
They had a really great relationship, let me tell you.
They did. You know what? He was a beautiful soul. He was awesome. You know, he would tell us everything that was going on with music and stuff until the day he passed away.
Here's my Daryl Pandy story. I hired him to perform for me in Milwaukee. And this first time I met him, and he went nuts, like on performing.
Oh,
the
okay,
song.
gotcha.
I mean, he's like really like animated.
Yes,
Took a
yes.
chair. Now you know he's like going nuts, like whoa. And that's how it started.
Yes.
And, you know, and that's so.
He was very animated.
Yeah, he was.
Very
He was.
animated. I had him perform at my birthday party at Zentra once. And oh my God, that place was so packed. And he goes, don't worry about it. You don't have to pay me anything. I'll do it for free. I was like, really? I go, you sure you don't want me to pay you anything, or I'll ask the place to pay it? Nope, we're good. So he performed, and people loved it. I was like, man, that was just one for the books.
Very
to be honest
energetic.
with you.
That's for
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
was.
God.
I remember seeing him perform with 10 City. And I mean, he was, you know, that scream, I want you. And I was like, yeah, I see it. And Man, rest in peace, Daryl Pandy, because
Oh,
he
yes.
could give you some memories and,
Yeah.
and shows that he did.
He would go from here to here. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa. I was like, damn.
Yeah, he would. Oh my God.
What up, Numo? What up, Sue?
Hey, Numo. Hey,
Hey,
Sue.
everybody.
Let's go over with everybody. Karen, how are you? Sue Vargas, how are you? What's up, Smooth Smoking Sam? Yeah, we mentioned Linda. We might have messed up her name.
I
think
called
they
him Mahoney.
did.
I said
Dean
Mahoney.
Diaz, what's going
Sorry.
on? Lorenzo Paz, how are you, sir?
Con
Yeah,
permiso.
we just messed up her name. We know we did.
He said Mahoney. I'm like, Police Academy? I was like, okay. Mahoney!
What other names do you remember coming through CRX?
Jesus, that list is long.
Well, tell us some stories about them.
Did you guys have like a group name for your, or it was just a show?
No,
name?
no. It was just a show, to be
Okay.
honest with you. Because at first it was, of course, myself and then Mr. Wonderful and Carlos. But that was pretty much it. We had the DJs come and play, and then we would rotate one of us to spin and so forth and so on. But we weren't like the Dominating Six or the Hot Mix 5, nothing like that whatsoever. It was just us three, Club Chicago Grooves, boom, that's it, and that was all. But it was great, like I remember Joe Smooth came and spun.
Nice.
So the funniest story about that one is this. So he got me really good. So one day he came with Daryl Pandy, and Mr. Wonderful goes, "You know who that is?" And I'm looking at him. I'm looking like the dog goes like this, like. I'm like, "No, who is that?" He's like, I'm like, "Let me ask him." I'm like, "Hey, how are you? What's your name?" He's like, "Oh, I'm nobody. I'm his taxi driver." I'm like, "Oh, nice to meet you." Wonderful goes, "It's stupid. That's Joe Smooth." I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Hey, how are you?" He looked at me. He's like, "It's okay. Don't worry about it." But I had asked him, and like the following week, he came and he spun at the station. I was like, man, I felt blessed with that. But that was the funniest one. Michael Serafini from Gramophones, he came to spin. Who else? Beyond the original guys. Trying to think who else. I know we had like DJ Stat, Gerald Moore. I'm trying to think of who else we have, but yeah, the list is long. I just can't remember everybody. My memory's
What other
bad.
artists do you remember outside of Daryl Pandy, Joe Smooth?
I think those were the only two that I actually had there.
Oh wow!
I think
Oh,
think
you
so.
guys would like interview them or?
Yeah, we
Oh,
actually
okay.
interviewed them. We would talk to them, for maybe about 30 minutes just to let everybody know out there. And then we would have the DJs come and spin and whatnot. But because we were more of a mix show,
Okay.
it was more of a, just get on the tables and just, do your thing. And we'll interview the DJ for about maybe 5-10 minutes or so. And then we would play a commercial and go on to the next DJ. But that was pretty much what we were doing, just playing more mixes.
So why'd you leave? Just,
They kicked me out.
they kicked you.
Yeah, they kicked me out. They were like, "Hey, you're graduating. Congratulations. Bye."
Bye.
That was
Oh
it.
my
I was like,
God.
"Oh, great, thanks." But I really wanted to stay there. It was beautiful. Yeah, it was really, really beautiful. Even to this day, I ask them, "Hey, can I come back? Maybe I can do a show." They're like, "No, sorry, it's only for the students." I'm like,
Just sign
"But
up for
I
class."
graduated." That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I was thinking about that. I'm like, you know what?
That
I'll
or
just
you
take
could
a DJ
turn around
class.
and teach a class.
I sent a resume to them. I haven't heard anything back, but I'm like, yeah.
They got a new
Music production
president.
class, right?
Yes,
Yes,
Well, they had a
yes.
DJ class there too. I'm not sure if it's still there, but
Well, I know, if I'm not mistaken, David Sabat was teaching
that's right,
DJ
he
class
was.
there.
Yeah.
He was teaching a DJ class there. I'm not sure if Maurice Joshua was doing it. I think he's doing it at Governor State right now.
Okay.
But I do know that that David Sabat was teaching a class there for a little bit. Just wanted to recognize DJ Roosh is in the house right now on TikTok. Thank you for joining us live on TikTok.
Hello,
What's good,
Bernadette to the
everybody?
house. Numo. Hello, Numo.
DJ Matador, hey, what's going on? How are you all? Maserati Martinez, what's going on, sir? Thank you for joining. We're here with Tony Techniques, talking about the CRX days and, how that took place. And, I know radio can be very overwhelming. There's a lot of demands. What kind of demands was a college radio station facing versus what a local high-powered radio station would deal with?
well, I'm not really sure how local would be. But what I can definitely tell you is it wasn't too bad. It was just trying to get the DJs to come and spin at times. Like, I really had hard times getting certain DJs. One of them I can actually say is Lego. I remember when he was spinning at Buzz Bomb or something like that, the club out on the north side. I had asked him to come and spin at the station. He's like, go talk to my promoter. I was like, I didn't even know who your promoter is, you know? So I ended up finding out it was David Sabat. David Sabat and his partner, what's his name?
Adam Rivera.
There you go.
Look at you.
Well,
Yeah.
I was part of Sound Source, Chicago Sound Source, too.
Were you
so,
really?
yeah.
Oh,
Man,
I
shit,
joined
I
through
didn't know
David, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff people don't know about me.
No, so I spoke to David and I told him, I'm like, hey, any way we can get Lego because he's not paying attention to me. And David would always come to the station and hang out with us.
Yeah,
He wanted to hang
yeah.
out. So I said, yeah, sure, why not? And this is pre-DJing because he wasn't DJing at the time. He was just doing more of like promotion and this and that. So he goes, yeah, I got you. Don't worry, I'll bring him aboard. So he brought him aboard along with the guy that plays the congas. I don't know if you remember. Louis, yep. And I think it was the day before, no, I'm sorry, the week before Christmas, they came and they spun. It was beautiful. It was awesome. But at the same time, I was like, man, it took you this long for you to get here. And he goes, whenever you want me to come back, just let me know and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, now you want to come back? Really? Really? And not to talk shit, of course, but it's like, come on, man, just be humble about it.
But, I want to say during that time, because I had met him in 93, is when I met him. That's when I was introduced to, like, the underground, the raves on the north side. And that was the time then they were bringing back disco records and playing them at a 12-inch length and things of that nature. But I got to admit, like, in his early 2000s, he was very, very much in demand.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For somebody who was just, a Northside DJ, he was really in demand to the point where, I mean, a lot of people were just like, we can't get a hold of him. So I'm glad. I remember hearing him on CRX a couple of times, not very often. So, but yeah, that's just crazy.
So it sounded like you guys had an open format.
We did, actually.
No
Yeah.
drama, no
So,
restrictions.
It's so funny story. So when I first started the show, we were playing everything. And I mean, we were playing, of course, the house, new wave, disco, and then, of course, we were playing Spanish music. After maybe 2003 or 2004, I took off the Spanish music. I was like, you know what? This is just going to be a house music house music show. I just want house music, disco, new wave, and techno, and that's it. So we ended up keeping that format of just EDM-ish, you know what I'm saying? So I think that actually worked for us better because when we were playing Spanish music, nobody was really listening to it that much, unfortunately. But then I brought in Mr. Wonderful, and he brought in, oh boy, he bring in a lot. But a lot of people started listening just for the fact that Mr. Wonderful was there talking and being the goofball that he is, of course.
Yeah, he had a personality.
Yeah, oh, definitely. So, I brought him, I brought Carlos, and it was great. It was fun, but to go back to your original question, pretty much the only thing I was doing a lot was bringing in my big old JBL speaker as a monitor. And then, I would bring my vinyl, and that's pretty much it,
Okay, so then you got kicked out, right? So well,
You just want to kick him when he's low, right?
You're right.
He got kicked out.
you got kicked out.
And punched in the guts.
After all that, you
Toma.
put in, after all that sweat and tears you get done, right?
Yeah.
That's how it is, right?
Yep.
So what made you go into, like, the music production, or what happened after that?
Well, funny story. So the music production I actually got into from one of my old professors at Columbia College. That's when I started taking the DJ class just to get that free credit.
Who was your professor?
Sam? I forgot his last name.
I can't remember for you, but yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
So, yeah, it was interesting because he brings in his laptop and he's using Reason. And he's like, I want to show you something, T. I'm like, all right, cool. And he was sampling and doing all this crazy stuff. I'm like, damn. I was like, you can do that on a computer? Because I remember MPCs and all this other stuff. I was like, I didn't know you can do that on a computer. He's like, yeah, you want to get into this because this is the next level after DJing. I didn't start producing until I started dabbling in it like maybe 2012, 2013. My first track I brought out was 2014. But
What's the name of it?
well, it was Soul Jack Digital.
That was the name of the song?
Oh no! I'm sorry. So the name of the song is Shy Shots.
Track. Okay.
Yeah, I brought it out on the Soul Jack Digital label, but before that, I was just goofing around, sampling different songs here and there, disco, some house, some Italo stuff, and just trying to play, just trying to find my groove there. And I started playing with, it was with the Acid program. I don't know if you remember Acid. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. And
How'd it go?
sound like the Charlie Brown.
That's what I was like. How'd they go again?
So I it was a great program, but I found the limitations on there. So I was like, let me get to something else. Then I started playing with Fruity Loops after that, and I was like,
That sounds funny.
I know, right? I was playing with Fruity Loops.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Hey, whatever.
And you know what? It was a good program, but I couldn't get around it whatsoever. So I forgot who told me. He's like, why don't you get into Ableton? And I was like,
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I started using a bootleg one on Windows 95, I think, or
A
90.
bootleg version of Ableton?
Yeah.
It was called Bableton.
Bableton, right. It was one of those that you find on like
Baby
Pirate
version-
Bay. The Pirate
baby
Bay.
version of
Arr.
Ableton.
But you know what? It's funny because then I started making music on that bootleg Ableton, and I was like, you know what? I love this program because it's different than the other ones, of course. You have your tracks and all that good stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay with this. And sure enough, I ended up buying a legit version of Ableton, and the rest is history. And I still keep using it. I've been using it since day one, and love it.
So Jack,
Digital.
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 That's your label.
Yes.
Okay. How'd you come up with the name?
So, funny story. So, I used to be with Carlos's little clique called the Chicago House Junkies.
Little click.
Remember that?
Yeah, you remember that.
Remember that?
Look at you. How sad you.
Yeah, right. And after the party that I did with Daryl Pandy, I had actually booked one more person. And I don't know if you remember the guy from Legacy, the dancer. Juani, was it? I think that's his name.
Yeah.
He wanted to come and perform. And I said, you know what? That's fine. Go ahead. But I can't pay you or nothing. He's like, no, it's all good. So he never showed up, unfortunately. Carlos hated that. And he ended up kicking me out of the Chicago House Junkies. I was like, you know what? That's fine. I'll start my own shit. I don't give a shit. So that I started thinking about like, okay, what name can I bring up? And I don't know how I came about the name Soul Jack, but I think it was because of the soul part of house music and the jacking part of house music. So I was like, let me put those two together, and I came up with Soul Jack. Someone else was using the Soul Jack name as a performing arts.
Yeah.
No, as a performing art actually. So I said, you know what? Let me just put digital since we're going to be doing music as well too. You know, so the name just came. I trademarked it. I LLC'd it, and it's been going strong since 2014.
What's your most like what track on that label made it for you? What took it?
You know what? It'd have to be recent after COVID. It would have been "Baby You Lost Your Mind."
Okay.
That one really
Is it
started.
vocals or samples?
Yes, so it's a sample. So it's a disco sample from an old group called City. But it goes, "Baby, you lost your mind." Da, 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 da. And I think
Me, I'm gonna go look for it now.
Oh,
Like, all talk about it. I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna go look for it.
so. That was the track that actually got me some recognition on TrackSource.
Okay.
And people started picking it up. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Because before that, I was bringing out music and it just wasn't getting picked up, unfortunately. But yeah, after Baby You Lost Your Mind, I started bringing out other tracks and they started getting attention from DJ people, different DJ people. And then they started getting picked up with labels outside of the U.S., especially with the UK, Italy, and in France, which was pretty cool, and in Poland too. But yeah, that was like the biggest song that actually got me a little push.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, it only takes one song
Right,
to
exactly.
pretty much get somebody to be like, hey, I know who that guy is.
Oh, here we go.
I think that's the remix. I think that's I forgot whose remix. There's another remix. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's the remix. Let's see.
The original mix.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Chicago-ish right there.
So
There goes Steph.
she's gonna be like, you know what? We're just gonna play this song. Tony, get up.
You can tell you. Just go to the whole library.
We're just gonna play it. Yeah,
Just
exactly.
play all your music. I
Stephanie.
did now for everybody's sake, because I know what you're gonna say. I can read your mind.
Yes.
I did ask Tony prior to him being interviewed
right there.
if he wanted to DJ.
No, that equipment right there.
Prior
just
to
collecting dust.
us interviewing him, so he could play all his tracks.
Yeah, but
I said no.
He said no. I'd rather
I said,
talk.
hell nah.
That's
Hell
not how
nah.
it went, because that
No, I'm
would have been
kidding.
my saying. And he politely declined and said, I would
did.
rather tell my history. So
Yeah.
there. I already read your mind.
whatever.
No, she's right. I did. She did ask me, and I said, you know what? I'd rather just talk, and any questions you guys want to ask me, feel free. Because, I mean,
Who was your first girlfriend? I'm just kidding.
oh wow. Oh, so funny story that you bring that up. Okay, wait a minute.
Okay.
So I
Ask
listened.
him anything.
Some real talk now.
So I remember you on the conversation you guys had last time. The conversation you guys had was it 2 weeks ago. You said you lived by 47th, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, 45th and Ashland, yeah.
Right. Okay. So, or is it Ashland?
I lived at 47th.
Okay, I thought you said Western. I'm sorry.
No.
Because my first girlfriend lived behind Xavier's bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like Xavier knows the whole family. I was like, oh. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Like,
but
okay.
yeah. But yeah, when you said that last time, I was like, oh, wait a minute, you lived over there? I'm like, oh, maybe I can ask her, but no, never mind. That was Ashland.
Yeah,
so
I lived on
that's okay.
45th and Ashland.
But she was in high school, so that's
With
a whole
Andy
different story.
and Miguel Martin.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Right in that
Yeah, I
area.
grew up in that
Couple
neighborhood.
blocks
That's how I
underneath
knew
each other.
Nandi. Yeah.
nice. Small
Back in
world,
the years.
everybody, isn't it?
Exactly. You know what? As we get older in life, you start to realize how small this world really is.
Yeah.
Look, even my dog even said it. You realize how small this world is by just, it's no longer 6 degrees of separation. It's 1 degree of separation.
Yeah.
And that's it. So yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
cool.
Especially in the DJ community.
Yeah.
And all these times we've been talking to all these DJs, and it's like a big puzzle's being put together. Mm-hmm.
It really is, if you think about it, yeah.
I love it.
I mean, I remember certain DJs, like smaller DJs, that were like, oh, yeah, I lived over there by you, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, really? I'm like, I didn't know that. But, yeah, it's such a really small world in regards to the DJ scene. It's like, damn, okay, you live over there, you live over there, you live over there, and you live next door to me. It's like, what the hell?
I remember meeting you because somebody had introduced us and said you should talk to Stephanie. And at the time, you wanted to start a radio, like a digital radio,
Yeah.
like an online radio kind of deal. Did you ever get the chance to do Soul Jack Radio?
I do, and it's still going on right now.
Okay.
So I remember I met you at the same time as I met House 13. And that was the first year that I helped 3J at the church party. I don't know if you remember that. The one that's by
St.
Archer.
Richard's?
No, it's on Archer.
Yeah, Archer and St. Richard's.
Is that St. Richard's? Okay, yeah. That's where I first met you. I don't know if you
Church?
remember.
I thought it was before that.
Was it? Because I think I
Because
remember.
we went to
meeting-
a club and somebody had told you that I was Candy. And you wanted to meet with
That's
me.
right. Yes, 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 yes.
And you
yes.
said, I'm trying to start a radio station. And we were talking about how, we could break that whole scene and the radio host. You had a vision, I had a vision. And that's when everything was just starting. So yeah, we talked at a club. I forgot what club we talked at.
Maybe a Northside Club?
Yeah, it was a Northside Club, but I don't remember which
So let's
club
talk
it was.
about, you say you have the radio station did happen, and it's
Yes.
still happening. So when are you on? What do you feature?
So it's pretty much just it just plays music. That's pretty much all it does. It plays music and it plays mixes. So it's Soul Jack Digital Radio right now. It's on pretty much our actual.
Is it an app or is it a
Well, we
website?
had an app. I kind of screwed that up, unfortunately, so I got to make a new one. But you can actually listen to it if you go to the website, souljackdigital.com.
Okay.
And it'll play the music there for you.
Now I'm assuming all your tracks are there. And
Yeah,
that?
all my tracks, tracks from everybody else. What else? We play mixes. So I ended up keeping the format that we used to do CRX, which was play music from a certain time to a certain time, play the mix at 6, play the mix at 10, and then it plays overnight and so forth and so on. And then I kept the format for Saturdays and Sundays where you played a little bit of music, and then we had specialty shows all the way until like Monday morning and stuff. So I ended up doing that, since maybe I want to say it was maybe 2015 or 2016, somewhere around there.
So
Yeah, and it's still going strong.
10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's strong
So,
running.
yeah,
That's a
so
long run.
the radio station's going strong. The label's been from 2014. The actual name, I want to say it's like maybe before that, 2012 or somewhere around there. But yeah, the name's had its history in regards to like, starting off as a DJ collection, going into like music production and becoming an LLC. So I'm really honored about that. I'm proud and I'm blessed for what it's been going on.
So let's talk about your new label name, right? Because we we tapped on it just a little bit.
Ritmo
at the beginning.
Soul.
Ritmo y Sol.
Ritmo y Sol.
Yes, you practice your Spanish.
Who's you speak Spanish?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm gonna
Sí,
practice-
señor.
I'm gonna practice a little bit.
Okay, do it.
When I now randomly, hablo español randomly, but let's talk about the label.
Okay.
You said you had the retro release party. How many tracks did you release? Any artists being introduced? Or how did that go?
So for Ritmo y Sol, it's still new. I haven't thrown it out there that I'm taking demos for the label, of course.
Okay.
But with Souljack Digital, we have over 100. I want to say it's at 150 releases.
Wow.
Yeah, 150 releases.
That's a lot. That's a lot of tracks.
Yeah.
Now, is that just for you, or is that other?
No, that's a
other
mixture.
DJs and,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, it's a mixture. So we're talking about like Numo Dan, of course, because he's Souljack Digital. Ray Martinez, he's Souljack Digital. Other people from Chicago as well too. People from outside of Chicago as well too. But yeah, it's about 150 tracks. Me myself, I want to say maybe around 50 or 60.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
and
a
those
lot.
are original tracks, remixes, and other stuff.
So when you when you DJ, do you just play your tracks?
No, hell no.
You don't.
You know what?
You don't promote your music.
No,
What?
and I've had people telling me, what the fuck?
Ay, ay, ay.
What the F is your problem? I'm like,
Pero chacho, making the Puerto Rican come out of me.
I know,
Oh
right?
my
There you
God,
go.
you really
Uh-oh.
are gonna practice it? Oh shit!
So this is the thing. So because so I work from home and I work from my studio, and I do all my music, of course, in my studio. I get tired of listening to the same song over and over again. And I've had this conversation with people like Vince Mello and other guys. I'm like, do you guys ever play your own music? They're like, nope. I'm like, why? They're like, because we have to play it, we have to sample it, we have to listen to it, we have to master it, we have to do this, that. We're tired. We love our track, but it's just crazy,
That's interesting.
Yeah, to me, it's one of those things where I love my track that I bring out because, of course, you gotta love it, but it beats the crap
How
out of me.
about the
after a
other
while.
artists on your label?
I do. Sometimes I will, especially like if I'm digging it, I'm like, oh, this is
I
pretty
mean,
badass.
you have 100 plus tracks. The whole
Yeah.
8 hours could be just nothing but.
Souljack tracks, right?
Yeah, I mean.
It's funny because I will play one.
Souljack nights,
This is right, exactly.
right? Just play all your music.
I do. I'll play one or two tracks, but because I find so many good tracks, especially jacking, because I love playing jacking, funky, Latin disco house. I'll be like, you know what, I'll just play this instead of my stuff or whatever. And it's bad of me. I shouldn't do that because you're promoting
Yeah.
music. I know. I'm sorry, but
I'm gonna do it to you what I did to Boogie.
uh-oh.
Bad Tony.
I know,
bad Tony,
right?
Bad Tony.
Who was? But it's funny because Martin was on here right now.
Oh, yeah?
So hey, Martin Luna. We also got Hirsch on here. Jacqueline Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us. There's a lot of praise for you on here right now, Tony.
I love out there.
Thank
for
you.
Boogie.
I love it. I was like super proud of Tony by Karen Ramirez. It's amazing to know what you've accomplished. But I got questions.
Yeah, please.
Take me through the mind of somebody who I want to do music. I want to create a track. Take me through like that process of somebody who's brand new.
How long it
and says
take
I
you
want
to
to do
make
that.
a
Yeah,
track?
like what is the
man.
what is the process? Like
So-
I heard this.
Let me press this button, see what it does. Wink, wink.
Right.
And now I'm trying to make a beat. Now I got a beat. What do I do from there?
Oh man, so I start differently.
Okay.
So because I love sampling my music, I'll listen to something old. In this case, disco. We'll use disco. It's got to be something that catches my attention. Once I hear that sample, then what I do after that is I try to get a kick for it, because the kick is more important, you know. Once I get that kick, then I take it step by step. I'll go with the claps, I'll go with the hi-hats, I'll go with some percussions, just anything in general. To me, it has to gel. It really has to gel, and it has to catch my attention. If I'm not tapping my feet, and if I'm not boogieing with what I'm working with, it gets thrown away. It gets thrown away because so for me to even like get into like the whole DJing stuff, it's got to make me feel it, you know. That's the same way with music when I'm producing. It has to catch my attention. If it doesn't catch my attention, throw it out the garbage.
So what is a beat in Tony's head? Like, pretend you're in front of something. Show me what you can do. Close your eyes and show me what you can do.
Okay, hold on. No. So again, it goes back to what I stated with disco. It to me, it's all about disco. I just love the soul of that music, and so when it comes down to like with me producing music, again, it has to catch my attention. That's number one. Not a doubt, you know. But it's just one of those things where if I'm not feeling it, I just don't play with it. I won't touch it.
So do you just hear things like out of normal? Like, I heard something on the television and I heard this.
Well, you know what it is, like,
And
especially
then you go from, what is it going to catch your, what's Tony's mind like? Like, what catches your ear?
it's dead. There's nothing in there. I mean, there's nothing at all.
With 60 tracks, I don't think there's anything in there at all. I think there's a lot in there.
You know what it is that when I sample music, especially with the disco music, I try to go with stuff that nobody's ever listened to.
Okay.
And it's music that I feel like it's been neglected. Especially, like, I'll give you a good example with that Baby You Lost Your Mind. I don't know if anybody's heard of the group City. You know, I've never heard of them until that day when I sampled their music. And I started listening to it. I'm like, damn, this would sound good. This would sound good. This part over here would sound good. Let me see what I can do with it, you know? And after that, it's just, okay, let me see what funky sound I can use with it, you know? And I go into overdrive and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put this here, put that there, this kick, this here, and voila, it's over, it's done, you know? So that's my mentality. But what drives me is actually just listening to music, to be honest with you. Like, if I hear something that I'm like, you know what, this would sound good as a sample, as a house track, let me go and play with it. And then I'll get in the studio and I'll start working on it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much just my justification.
So any samples of newer stuff? Like, I don't know, I'm just putting it out there, like Katy Perry.
You know,
Let's throw it out there. If I can make that in the house, I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, I just put Taylor Swift out there too, right?
Hey, why not? You know, I thought about it. My little sister was the one that told me to do what's his name, Harry Styles?
Oh yeah.
Harry Styles, is it? I guess that's
Yeah, because he has like a little disco kind of funk feel.
Well, there
in his
was
music.
a track that he brought out, or a song he brought out, that really caught my attention because it has that Caribbean feel. I think it's called what is it called? Because I don't listen to like the newer stuff, to be honest with you guys. I think it was called something about water. I don't know. But I thought about like sampling it too and just doing something with it, but I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. It just
you go. And you heard it here first.
All right.
Pablo asked the question first, and I just happened to help it out.
Swifty house mix, it's because of
Right. Be like,
Katy Perry.
like that.
What a funky house beat.
Right, exactly.
Oh, funky disco beat.
Yeah, and you know, the funny thing is that when I first started sampling music, I pretty much did it the old school way where I was grabbing the track and, you know, just turning it into a bass line and blah, blah, blah. Now with the technology that's out there, I pretty much learned how to stem all the tracks into like the bass line, the melody, the drums out. And it's easier. It's so much easier to make a house track like that. So I've been getting more into the groove and just doing whatever I can now. So
with the new label, Ritmo
Isol.
Isol.
Like, you already have a track ready?
No, actually, we don't.
What?
No, I know. So
I know a producer named is Numo Dan. Maybe he can put some together.
Yeah,
Dan.
I heard Numo Dan is really good at some stuff.
Dan, well, I talked to Dan and I told him, I'm like, I need
Dan.
some. Well, you know, the funny thing is that there's 2 Latin house tracks that we're bringing out on Souljack. And this was before the Ritmo y Sol. So they're already under Souljack Digital, unfortunately. But we might be able to change it
Yeah.
and be like, you know what? We're just going to
Make
go
a
into
different,
Ritmo y Sol.
make a version for the.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I thought about that. I was like, you know what? Maybe I will do that.
Dan's a great.
Oh, Dan's fantastic.
Oh, my
I mean, I look up to that guy. And
I
it's
gave him
like,
a couple
man.
projects. And
So how did you guys
he came
meet?
through with it, man.
Oh man, oh, yeah, I remember he told me about that. Yeah, so funny story. So with Dan, I got booked by one of the, I forgot their names, Joaquin Salamanca. I think
Oh,
was his
yeah,
name.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think it was him or his brother. They were doing this place out on was that on North Avenue before Ashland. And he goes, hey, I want to introduce you to this guy. He's also a producer.
Me and Pablo are sitting here thinking.
I'm like, Hollywood Grill?
I know, right? That's an awesome place. I love that spot.
I love that place.
It's a place-
Oh my God.
That's
they got
our-
some
Right after
great
Red
That's
Dog.
our spot.
It was right after
Oh
Red
my
Dog or
God.
Subterranean.
I used to go there after
our spot right
Zentra.
there.
I was like, you know what, we're just gonna go there and eat. But no, I met Dan there, and we got along so well. And now he was like, yeah, I produce and I do this and I do that. I was like, I gotta hear your stuff. But I had heard of him before that because I think he was working with DJ Jess at the time, and I had heard his music. I was like, man, this motherfucker's badass. I was like, man, we became like the bestest of friends, and he's been with Souljack since then, and the rest is history. And
Look at
that dude's
that.
awesome. Yeah.
So did you go to Voyeur too when he was DJing there?
Wow. I did actually. I did. I used to love going to Voyeur. Like that was one of the places I always wanted to DJ at, along with Excalibur and Crowbar, that I never got the chance to spin at. And I was like, man, those would have been awesome places, like great memories. But my memories have always been with Zentra, though.
I was gonna say you had Zentra. That was major in itself.
Well, that was one of that was my home away from home. I loved it. The other place that I got to spin where I was lucky enough was, I think it was called, was it not Soundbar? It was the one that's off by the river, close to 720. Well, in that vicinity right there. I forgot what it's called.
Body?
No, it was. I thought I want to call it not Soundbar.
I know what he's
Smart
talking
Bar.
about. It sounded like Spy Bar.
Spy Bar. I think, yes,
There you
Spy
go.
Bar, yes. And I got to spin there with my boy Disco, and it was in November. He goes, hey, you want to come and spin? I'm like, sure, why not? He's like, you're not going to believe who's going to spin on the main room. I'm like, who? He goes, Richie Houghton. And I got to meet him that night.
Oh
I was
wow,
like,
that was
man.
major.
I was like, hi.
I heart you.
I heart you. But that was a fantastic night. I was like, man. But I can honestly say I've been blessed to spin at certain places.
Spy Bar was another huge bar too. I mean, Zentra and Spy Bar, the two that you've mentioned were like two of Chicago's major highlight bars, depending on where you were going. I mean,
Right.
obviously we know that the bar scene from the 90s and 2000s were like major. We don't have that same type of vibe or culture anymore
No,
at
we
all.
don't. Mm-mm.
So
And that's why I always say I feel blessed because I got to spin at the tail end of a great, not generation, of course, but like a great era. Almost like the end of a good era. Because, again, like that area, the only place that's available is Joe's on Wheat Street. That's
Yeah.
it. There's no Zentra. There's no Radio Star, whatever it's called.
there's no crowbar, there's no nothing.
Not even the Gentleman's Club is there anymore.
Oh wow, I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
Yeah, so it's gone too. I mean, I wanted to spin there with the nudie girls. I mean, why not? You know?
Sucio!
I am. It's
The
sucia,
crazy
but-
horse.
The
I am
crazy
DJ
horse. There you
Sucio.
go. That's what it is. Yes.
Don't ask why.
Well,
Don't ask why.
She pleads a fifth.
Always.
So now as a producer, do you still do you, well, yeah, you still do DJs.
Yeah, I still DJ. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, Saturday at Crash, we were there. Had a great seg. Had a great turnout. Prior to that, I think the biggest one I had was last year. I got to spin with my California family out there for Veterans Day, and that was out in San Francisco. And oh my God, that was a blast! I like that mask.
Is he starting with his mask
Yes, he
again?
is. I'm like, I like that
Oh
mask.
my
I should have
God,
brought my
here we
Santo
go.
mask.
When our producer gets bored here,
Yeah, he starts putting on masks.
He puts on mask, like clown
Yeah.
mask. To,
He'll do the alien real
us off.
soon. He likes to
I
surprise our
think there's
guests.
something more behind that mask,
Don't look at me.
Stephanie.
Not me.
Cuidado, nena.
Uh-oh.
Not I, said the blind man. Not I. So,
Said, do me silly.
Hey-oh.
Jesus.
Okay, that's gross.
Don't look at me. Why are you looking at me?
That's gross. TMI.
I've got nothing to do with what the
Well,
man's doing
it's time
behind
for
the
me
camera.
to go.
Thanks. for
Great
the
show,
visual.
guys.
I told you we have fun on this show.
Oh,
I
man.
didn't say how. I just said we
Right.
have fun on this show.
It wasn't playing tic-tac-toes or anything like that, but it's okay. It's okay.
You're lucky we finished. Numo, I killed that bottle of Jameson, so whenever you want to come back and bring another bottle, I
I
would be
should
really
have asked
happy.
Dan to come with.
You
Because
should
he's not
have.
that far. I was like, oh, that way? Okay.
Bring your
cool.
happy butt over, Dan.
Actually,
We're here.
this place here is my neighborhood bar. I only drink
Oh
here.
my, yeah.
Wednesday, right?
Yeah,
This is my
'cause
neighborhood
nobody. Let me tell you, I have a bar full of liquor. So anytime somebody comes over here, you have to have a shot at the end of the show for
I'm
a good
listening to
show.
the
Oh,
show.
hell
got
yeah.
big
What do you got?
house.
Tequila?
I got tequila. Yes, I do. I got a lot of liquor back there. I got some whiskey. We killed off Numo Dan's bottle. He brought a bottle here.
Pinche Dan,
For
and I
the-
don't get a bottle? What the hell, man?
Well, he was doing
I
good
thought I was your
gesture.
bestest friend.
He's like, my parents taught me you don't walk into people's houses empty-handed.
That is true. He's
And
right.
he came in with a bottle of Jameson. I was a triple barrel.
And he DJ'd.
He DJ'd too. Just
That's
saying.
right.
He
What,
DJ'd.
he was the first guest you had
I think
here,
first
right?
and only
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Right,
was
he's
the only
one, right, so far?
No, DJ just DJ'd.
Oh, yes, right.
Oh,
DJ
just DJ too?
yes.
Wow.
DJ
okay.
just DJ'd. So how does it feel to be at that level now that we're talking about DJs and producing? There's Numo Dan, there's Lego, there's DJ Just, there's CZR, there's yourself. I mean, there's so
in
many
this category
Chicago
Right.
artists and who are now DJs, now producers. How does it feel to be in that category? Like you said, like you are literally in that category. Not many people can say that. So how does it feel to know that you're at that rank?
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I see it as when I started DJing. You know, now I'm just producing and I'm bringing out music. It's nice, you know. I get recognized here and there, but you know, I take it like any other.
Have you
thing,
done
you
any,
know?
like, live vocals? Like,
Oh
vocalists?
God, no.
Why not?
I can't.
That's next
He's
level.
like, no, that's why.
Well,
that's
that's
why I
level.
put the stop the buck stop
Right.
there.
The buck
Hell
stops
no.
there.
I heard him. Why not?
No, so I mean, would I do it with like if I'm recording somebody else? Absolutely. But would I do it on myself? No. I don't have the voice to
No,
like.
not
like,
you, but bring in,
You're
like,
sexy.
like
You're
you-
Taos.
Let's say you write a track, you know, you bring a vocalist. to it.
No, I actually that I would. I definitely
Okay.
would. I really would. But like if it was me singing on the track, no, God no. I wouldn't be able to. I can't sing. You know, I'd be like,
That's why
what
we're
rhymes
DJs.
with
That's
dying?
why we're DJs.
Right, exactly.
We can't sing.
It's like how people would ask me, "Do you know how to dance?" No. Why not? Because I'm a DJ. You know.
Shut up, Mike.
I'm
Shut up.
I'm a dancing DJ.
I was
You know,
gonna say,
I will
see,
boogie.
See,
I will boogie. It's like dun 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 dun, but I'm not gonna be like.
No, that's me. I can be.
Really?
I can do a little bit of that.
It's not unusual. Just kidding. To put it with a house kick. There you go.
But it's funny because I'll hear from certain DJs that I do know that they don't dance. I'm a DJ. I don't dance.
Yeah, I
That's
you
the
know
name of a track.
We make people dance.
That's the
Exactly.
name of a track.
Thank
We
you,
need
thank
to
you.
make a track. Don't
a
you
DJ.
dare. We're gonna take everybody off now.
I'm a DJ.
I don't dance. Yeah, yeah, I don't dance.
I don't dance.
dance.
But I'm
Well,
a
we're
DJ.
gonna talk about this afterwards.
Trademark.
We're gonna talk about this
By the
afterwards.
way, happy Louis Segura.
Yes, happy birthday, Louis
Happy
Segura.
birthday.
Here in the South Side of Chicago.
Oh my God! Watch somebody turn around and do it overnight tonight.
I'm a DJ.
I don't dance. I'm a DJ. I don't dance.
I don't do.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's a hit right there.
There you go. We got it. We got it. It's ours.
It's coming out on
Figure it
Soundtrack
out.
Digital, damn it.
By Sunday. By Sunday. See, we sang.
Right, well,
Well, we worded.
Kind
we
of.
worded. We worded. Oh my God.
we're just the backup guys.
Well, you're not just a DJ. You are not just a producer, but you also give back to the community. And I love this about you because you're helping me right now do a grant proposal in my class. You also teach kids how to DJ with a program that actually is connected to the after school program that CPS runs. Tell us more about that.
So that actually started last year. I was working closely with CTU. We were doing classes at the CTU building right off Damon. So we were getting kids from different schools to come and play with the turntables. Salud! Or was that the dog?
That was a dog.
That was a dog.
That was a dog.
Bless you. Bless you. No, so we let CTU be in charge of the kids that they were getting to come and spin. And we had about maybe, 20 kids? And it was really fun. We had a blast. And then I was showing second graders at Waters School the pretty much the controllers, the vinyl, and all that good stuff. And this was by Karen Ramirez, who was part of the CTU. And we just took it from there, and we were like, you know what, let's keep going, because this is helping the community, of course, but it's helping the kids, especially inner city kids. And then, of course, CTU wanted to do it again this year, and we said, yeah, let's do it. I actually wanted to do classes, and and we talked about this before.
We did.
And now what I wanted to do is actually rent a place either at the park or at the YMCA. Now my lazy ass hasn't gone to to that point yet, which I want to. But I'm still going to do it, of course, this year. But I still don't know when that's going to happen.
Now, is this?
But it was fun. It was really fun.
Is this something that kids got to pay? Is this something they get awarded? How does the kid get into that?
The
music
CTU
class?
was actually paying to have these kids come. And the CTU was letting, just picking the brightest kids, I guess. I mean, to me, they were really bright, of course, but they were pretty much just picking out who they wanted to come, and they would just come on Saturdays and just come and, learn how to DJ.
That's a great idea, especially with all the violence going on with young teens.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That'd be great if they had something to do like that.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what we were.
absolutely.
That's what
On
we
a
were
Saturday.
discussing.
Yes.
Because that's one of the targets that we're looking at as Latinos in the house to do, is to give back to the community.
Yes.
If you were around for our first conference, which we'll be talking about our conference again this year, for this year, our first conference, we gave the donation money that we were trying to raise for Clemente High School at the time for their new audio system. The money that we had raised, we gave to Latinos Juntos, who wasn't even expected. They were performing, but it just so happened that we donated it, and it helped them so much that they were actually going to a competition, and it was exactly the money that they needed, and we didn't even know that. So,
That's awesome.
Happen, man.
you know,
That's awesome.
any of the money that we generate, because obviously you and I talked and we're not for profit, that is the next step for us, is to do an academy,
Right.
which you and I talked about linking up and seeing what we can do, because that's where I feel we need to get these kids off the street. We need to give them
absolutely.
something. They need a resource. Can it solve teen takeovers? Not
Kind of.
all of it.
Yeah.
Not all of it, because kids have their own minds and their own tendencies. But those who really want to do something productive and be creative and have that safe mind space to be creative, I think is something that I love that you're doing with these kids and teaching them how to DJ.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
the next step for us is actually, because we already have an LLC under Soul Jack Digital. The next step is to get a 503c. I really want to start a non-for-profit. It would fall under Soul Jack Labs. So in this case,
I
it
like
would
that.
be. Yeah, thank you. And it would fall
Brilliant!
as brilliant, excellent, senor. No, but it would fall as, because my dream was actually to start a school to have kids come after school or on weekends, and just, of course, oh, that's a pretty doggy. Oh, sorry.
I'm like, what happened?
I just pulled a squirrel right now, guys, because there's like a little cute dog. I'm like, doggy. Hey, Julius, what's going on, buddy? No, but the dream for me was always to start this non-for-profit and start a like a special after school, like almost like those small YMCAs from back in the days, and just have kids come and play video games or take classes and stuff like that. And especially with the music, because I don't think there's a lot of kids that have wasted talent right now.
Yeah, they do.
And they just don't know it. And here, I'll give you a good example. When I was growing up, I used to see all this gang graffiti, of course, and no doubt, but they had like the prettiest calligraphy. And of course, the greatest art I've ever seen a gangbanger pretty much do, even taggers, of course. But once I started growing up, I started thinking to myself, man, if we can get these kids off the street, especially with the DJing and the music production, I think we would get less kids or more kids off the streets and less crime in the streets, of course.
That's what's missing, because in our generation, we had
Yeah.
teen dances.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we did.
We had, and look at us today. We're still doing it. So I think that's what's missing somehow.
Yeah.
With this generation.
There's I feel like there's a lot of things missing right now, unfortunately. Teen dances, that's number one, because I remember going, because I used to go to Jones High School, and we used to have teen dances like almost every other month and it was awesome. We would go have fun, dance, meet a girl, talk, no cell phones, of course, but it was awesome. And I feel like nowadays with these kids and technology, they're missing so much fun that we grew up
Wait,
with.
they're not well, I mean, I don't. It's like they're interacting more with the phone.
Yes.
with each
But the
other.
phone is the problem. I mean,
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
even
absolutely.
for us. I mean, even when I was at work and Mello became Facebook famous last night,
Which we will talk about.
which we'll talk about later. Even at work, I'm like sitting there zipping. I'm like, oh, I should be doing some work. Oh, look, there's Tony doing something different. There's Numo with this doggy. He's supposed to be working. No, just
You're right.
So, yeah, it is a huge distraction.
Yeah.
Even now, with the governor saying, I don't want phones in any of the classrooms, it is something that's important because these kids are only paying attention to the phone.
What I want to know is when the hell did this all change? Because I remember we couldn't even have beepers in school,
Yeah?
right?
Yeah.
So when did this happen where schools just allowed kids to bring in their cell phones and their iPads? I hate saying it, but I feel like all these politicians screw everything for everybody.
Well, I remember when my youngest was in 6th grade, there was like a memo. We were informed by the school. It's a good time to get your kid a cell phone so you can start practicing how to work it so you don't get in trouble in high school with it, But so
Yeah.
that came from the school,
Wow.
the cell phone thing.
But I also think that it has a lot to do with the parenting. Because my kids did not get a cell phone. My oldest, he'll tell you, he would always try to jack my phone. I'm like, where you going? I'm like, who are you talking to?
Exactly. I'm like,
You
you're
know?
in 6th grade. You're too young for a cell
But then
phone.
you had MySpace, which was an introductory online
Yeah.
on the computer before a cell phone and anything like that.
I'll
for
throw
them.
one out there, mi gente.
Yes, which was supposed to be a social network, but it was a social network. It was a
Social.
dating network.
Oh boy.
I remember that, which was one of the first ones. But, when you started giving kids that outlet to turn around and do the whole online, don't give me that look, that's what gave them that inlet. And then once you were allowing them to be on computers and go on certain things online, then the cell phones kicked in.
Oh yeah.
And I really do think that if there are parents out there who I know that I won't give my kid a cell phone till they need to really
And that's
have one.
good. I honestly, I feel like that's what's needed because these kids live off cell phones and tablets. They really do. I mean, I get it because once you're like a baby, it catches your attention. Because I remember when my parents bought us our first home computer, and I started playing video games on there. I was like, wow, the colors on it, So I think that's what it is, a sensory type of overload that happens with these kids where they're so attached. I know there's something, I think it's called phone rot or something like that. Something, yeah. I'm like, that's sad because these kids should be using their intelligence for something else.
Well, with your influence now that you're in the system, you're in the CTU system, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
That's very powerful. You can be the outlet for, if you somehow convince these people who make those decisions. So let's maybe have a program, maybe
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Saturday afternoon or whatever, just to get the kids
And that's what I'm
inside.
Yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to do this summer again, is to get these kids off the street and be like, you know what, just come over here and learn how to DJ.
You got a lot of help here from
Yeah, definitely.
We'll back
And-
up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he and I were talking because I have a grant writing class that I'm in right now. Thank God we're almost done with this next week. Thank God. So I called him And I said, what's he saying?
I don't know.
I called him and I said, hey, I'm like, I need your help. And we started getting more into depth about what he was doing with CTU. And then I believe that the event you were supposed to have was supposed to be at the CTU, but unfortunately couldn't happen. And it got reverted over to the north side. Mm-hmm. But a lot of that funding was going towards the academy, was going towards the DJ lab. So, yeah, I mean, I love the whole concept that you have there and just the different areas you're trying to hit. I mean, thanks to you, my proposal looks very good. I just need to put it all together.
Awesome.
But I think...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Look at the clap. Yay. And you needed Tony, too. There we go. There we go. I think once the proposal's done, I'll give it to you to look at. But I really do think that we could possibly look for grants in that so that your dream and then our participation as a partnership can make that happen.
Yeah, definitely.
So let it be ready, so let it be done.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
listen, I've always
It is
said...
Easter.
Right. I'm always looking forward to working with people. You know, the drama that kick it to the curb, you know? But it's always good. And we should. I mean, as Latinos ourselves, we should be helping each other grow, especially with the house music scene, especially with just everything. Hey, doggy. Just everything in general, you know? Oh, hey, bye, doggy. But we should be helping each other, and we should be growing because I've talked about it even before you talked about this, but we in the Latino scene don't have a lot of recognition when it comes down to house music. We've put our 2 cents into this scene. We've done so much, and you know, and a lot of the people never get recognized for this, you know, unfortunately. But I think these should be the first baby steps into moving forward, and whether it's with us here or with anybody in general, just outside, we should push each other to strive, especially in Chicago, because Chicago, unfortunately, is known as a city of haters. You know, and I think we talked about
DJ Dramo?
Yeah,
Here?
I know. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, no way. But we talked about this, and I told you how Chicago seems like a high school.
Yeah.
It is. It's like a high school.
It is.
You have.
It is.
I like that mess too. and that's the thing, that we need to help each other out when it comes down to that. You know. So if we can push each other forward and just show everybody that Chicago's a badass city, the house music capital of the world, the birth of house music, blah 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 blah.
I don't think house music is gonna be dying out anytime soon.
No, you know what? I've had people telling me, nah, it's dying out. I'm like, no. The way that I'm seeing it right now from the people who I've worked with, whether it's here in the States or out in Europe, no, I don't think house music is dying anytime soon.
No, I don't think so either. I want to recognize some people that are on TikTok right now. We've got Tony in the
TikTokers.
house. Hello, TikTokers. DJ Shelly's in the house. We got DJ Scrap in the house. Thank you, everybody, for joining us
Thank
on
you. Thank you very
TikTok.
much.
We're here with Tony Techniques, in case you don't know who he is. He is I will say world renowned at this point. Your tracks are out there, so you're world renowned at this point. You overseas, that counts.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, I want to go to the recognition part because you just said something right now, which was the reason why we did Latinos in the House, because of the aggravation of us not getting recognized in our own rights, in our own city, and just in the house community by itself. There are 1 or 2 DJs from the originators that will mention who were a part of it, and then it just kind of falls off. And I get it. I take nothing away from the originators. It is what it is. They originated it. But you were recognized this past year with an award that was long overdue.
Is it okay to talk about that? Or?
It sure is.
Okay,
I have no hate for nobody.
Okay.
So
So Greg told me he was going to give me an award last year, and he did, of course, which I was very grateful. It really meant a lot because, and not to toot my own horn, of course, but I feel like I've done a lot of stuff, and at the hey doggy, and at the ceremony, I did say that I still feel like the new kid on the block, just for the fact that you know, you had like Gino was there. Tim Spinning Schomer got one. Eddie
And
was
Jobo.
Eddie and Jobo got one. You know, there was a lot of great people there, and I did say that, you know, I felt like I was still the new kid on the block because it was with a room full of people that have been doing this way before me. And some of them have done a lot of great stuff. Others have done other things. You know, with myself, you know, again, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but, you know, I did like the House of Soul. I did the Ritmo de House with the Puerto Rican Fest. I did the what do you call it? The parades with the Gay Pride Parade and all these places. And of course, you know, the radio station, everything, todo. So it felt really nice to get recognized for that because again, we don't really get recognized when it comes down to the Latino community. And I remember someone asked me, well, so what did you do with the little award? And I go, I give it to my mom. I give it to my mom.
That was sweet.
That's nice.
Very
because
sweet.
yeah, if it wasn't for my mom, I wouldn't be a DJ right now. So I mean, I love my mom, and I said, you know what? Then she started crying. I was like, don't cry, because I'm gonna cry. But she was like, you know, she took it like wow, like this is mi hijo. I'm like, you know, what can I say? So I was happy for me and all that stuff, but I honestly feel like a lot of us still have to get recognized. There's a lot of great producers in Chicago.
Who do you think needs to get recognized since you're bringing it up?
That hasn't.
Me again. Me. No, I'm just kidding. No, you know what? There is a lot of people. I'd love to see Nomo Dan get one. Just from the Souljack crew, Nomo Dan and Ray Martinez. Ray's been DJing since 80-something. He DJ'd out in Puerto Rico. He was on the radio station. He was on the XM station. He's done a lot of places here, out in Florida. Music-wise, también like all over. So I feel like he should get one. Mr. Wonderful, just for the fact that he was at CRX with me, and he's been DJ since Alcatraz, I guess, you know. So that's another guy. Man, to be honest with you, there's just so many people that's hard to say who should and who should, of course, you know. But
Yeah, Chicago has a lot of talented
Yeah,
DJs. I mean,
we are.
not just in the Latino community, but all
over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That don't get recognized, period.
Yeah,
So I you know, it's amazing.
we're trying here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
House.
that's why, you know, it's called Bridging the Gap this year for the Latinos in the House 3rd Annual Conference.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do. We want to bridge
October
the gaps.
3rd.
October 3rd.
Tres.
We're waiting for you, Julio Sierra.
Is he listening?
So we can announce where we're going to have it. But you're right, Tony. I think everybody needs to be recognized at some point.
You know, but it's hard because, and I hate bringing it up like this, but a lot of people are just passing away, unfortunately, because of age.
Well,
you know?
Yeah, I mean,
And it sucks. I mean,
well, it's not even of age. It's just illnesses.
right, exactly.
Illnesses. I mean, some of us are still young.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think it's sad that the whole purpose of doing this is when Benji died is the reason why I really wanted to do this, and then seeing all these documentaries and then what they did to us for the 40th, you know, anniversary of house music.
You know, the messed up part about this is that, you know, again, don't get it wrong or don't get it twisted. You know, I get it that the black community, especially within the LGBTQ plus community, started house with the warehouse and all that stuff. And rightfully so, they have a say in this, but there has to be more unity when it comes down to house music between the black and the brown community, and especially the white community too. And
House music was not just at the warehouse.
right, exactly.
Well, but let's put
Right.
it this way: even if it was at the warehouse or started there were 2 warehouses.
Mm-hmm.
That the first one wasn't
first one
house.
wasn't a lot of us who were old enough to go there.
Right.
But the second one, you had Martin Boogeyman,
Right.
you had Julian.
Right.
You know, you had a lot of people. You had Ralphie in there. You had a lot of people from our era
Right.
that were in that warehouse.
Right.
And yeah, maybe we should think about bringing that to somebody else.
There's got to be we got to bridge that gap between black, brown, and white, especially right now.
Yes.
Because I think that bridge is it's getting wider, and unfortunately it's like we need to catch up and just connect it. But the question is, how do we bridge that gap? How do we go about telling them, hey, you have people over here that have history within the house music community, especially with the South Side? because you had a lot of house music parties on the south side. And I think 3J had talked about it before as well too. You had like places like what was the one on 59th? Richie's, I think it was called, right? You had Studio 63. You had, well, Prime and Tender, of course, at the time. I mean, you had a lot of places where we
had
were,
Xavier's Club.
Yeah, Xavier's.
Studio 51
Right.
at the time before it was Xavier's, and
Right.
then it got moved.
Right.
So yeah, there are a lot of Southside bars that brought a lot of artists
Yeah.
and brought a lot of Chicago DJs to those bars, because that's what they were. They were bars. They were not clubs.
Yeah, and they don't get that recognition, and that has to change.
Speaking of, the bridge, right, and the community, I think that's what we're going to do this year. As, for example, Stephanie, you want to talk about that bridging with the Filipino community.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
think that's so awesome.
That's a
I-
start.
that's
right?
the start that we're doing. So that is one of the panels that we are bringing on this year. Is we discussed what we wanted to do for the conference this year, and we, in discussing it, as you're saying right now, we discussed it amongst ourselves, and we said there's got to be a way to bridge this gap. Like the Filipinos do not get recognized.
That's
and it's
true.
funny because I've talked to DJ Speed, and I says, the history is only a continent. And if I'm saying it wrong, because I don't really remember my social studies and my geography. But in talking to DJ Speed, I was like, the Filipinos get locked out of a lot of recognition. And you've got Mark Imperial, you've got Troy Guy, you've got DJ Speed, you got Flipside. You've got all these folks that are Filipino, and the only thing that divides us is the fact that they're considered on the Asian side and not on the Latino side.
So, and I'll tell you this much. So, my boy DJ Urge used to spin. He's pretty big with Julian and all those guys now. But he allowed me to spin at his place on the north side, which is the old, is it Eddie's North? No, what was it called? The one that's
Eric's
out
North.
Eric's North. There you go. So he let me spin there a couple of times with him, and he didn't have to, but he allowed me to. So I feel like we should be reaching out to the Filipino community because they're almost like us.
Well, they are. They only, like I said, the only thing that divides us is another body of water
Exactly.
because they're considered, Asian as opposed to being Latino.
we have the
'Cause
same
they have
bastard father
Spanish
if you
blood.
think about it.
Yeah, they have Spanish blood, so they should have been considered. But again, it's social and geographical, things that go on.
But I think that's pretty awesome to get the Filipino community involved. That's badass because it's got to start with baby steps, anyways.
Right.
And then
So
this year,
that's what
we're looking
doing.
at the LGBTQ community as well.
well.
Yep.
And asking and inviting them as well, being recognized, especially the female DJs. And having
so
that again.
many.
There are.
And
there's so many different gaps to bridge together and to recognize what everybody's contribution was. Because once we start figuring out or start recognizing all the contributions is how you start connecting that bridge and bringing it together so that everyone gets recognized. Granted, the city of Chicago is large. It's very hard to recognize every single body without somebody falling off the map. But the work that we want to put in is definitely something that we want to make sure that we're able to do and capture as best as we can. And we've said it. We'll do this until we can't do it no more or somebody else takes over.
That I think you should get on your show, and I haven't talked to him in years because of a little squat here, is Luis Gomez.
He was a part of our board.
Oh,
He was a part of our board when we first began.
okay.
And right after the 40th year conference, when they had the panel, he got hit with a lot of different artists from him being on that panel, representing the Latinos. And
That's right.
He
He didn't
got
show
hit, and he showed up. He was
he?
there. Yeah, he showed up. He was the biggest talker out of all of them. But he ended up getting artists that were, first off, that didn't know his history with him and Jamie Principle.
Yep, there you go.
So, again, that's a collaboration that was not solo, and Jamie is the only one who's ever really recognized Louis at all. But he got hit with so many artists that his record label took off.
Louis, even though we don't talk due to whatever, he knows his shit.
Oh, yeah.
He knows everything. from the stories he told me about him and Jamie Principal working on tracks and all this stuff, I was like, why haven't you been recognized? You know, why haven't you gotten an award or done something? I feel like he's one of those fallen heroes that needs to like get pushed out there more. You know, he's got his own label. He still DJs. I mean, hell, I remember when I talked to him before, he had told me all the tracks that we used to play at CRX that were his. I was like, that's you? He's like, yeah, I went through a different name and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit.
He's got a lot. I think we recognized him with the reclamation that we had with the Cook County the first year that we were part of doing this. But yeah, there's a lot that has to be done, and including you. Like I said, I think there's so much to be done. There's so much to be said. But again, we have to figure out how to bridge that gap together, and just bring it closer and closer to each other. I think when everybody starts to recognize everybody and say, hey, this wasn't just our contribution. Because if you look at a lot of record labels, there's a lot of Latinos on there. There's a lot of Latinos. There's a lot of people who were producers.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but that's why when I first started doing the Lakeside Boogie back in the early 2010s, I was giving these awards to all these people because it was like a Hall of Fame because they weren't getting recognized.
Yeah.
None of them were getting recognized. So that's why I'm kind of happy that both yourself and Greg and all these other people are doing like these contributions towards the Latino community. But at the same time, we definitely need to push for a little bit more unity in regards to that. Now, mind you, I get it. There's people I wouldn't want to work with either, but I mean, I'm not going to throw them under the bus in this case, you know? Is there people I would work with? Yes, there's other people I wouldn't want to, but I mean, I get it. I totally get it. There's always that conflict, you know, between everybody there. But, you know, I really want everybody to get a piece of that pie. I think we deserve it, especially in the Latino community. Because, again, we don't get that recognition. I mean, how many times have you seen any other DJ besides CZR and Jess spin at those big house music events downtown?
Well, you know what?
I'm
glad you brought that up, because the first year the year that they did the 40-year anniversary, there wasn't much recognition other than Ralphie. And that was it.
Yeah.
And then this past year, I believe you were a part of it, weren't you? Or am I?
I was at the Chicago Cultural Center.
Yes.
So I was talking to kids and teaching them how to DJ at the Cultural Center.
So you were doing that. Then there was 3J. There was Caesar. Bear came in. You know, it was. I was so happy with the way that Chicago represented house music for last year. And even talking with David Chavez, I was like, man, you know, you guys really did right this past year. This is what should have been done for the 40th anniversary of Chicago house music. And it wasn't represented correctly. And, you know, obviously the powers that be, you know, whoever was behind everything, you know, I don't know. I don't know what their mindset was. I don't know what the discussions were. But whoever planned out last year, I think, was really, really well done to include a lot. And quite honestly, that stage got more recognition than the main stage over at the Pritzker stage.
My only gripe with that is that I keep on seeing the same 10, 20 DJs that you would see everywhere else. And again, no disrespect to those DJs, of course, because they're getting booked, they're making their money. But I'd like to see other local DJs out there. Whether it's myself, whether Pablo, Dan, Ray, whoever it is. There has to be more recognition from Southwest side DJs, South side DJs, local DJs. Because listen, yes, I loved, God bless the soul, I loved watching Paul Johnson. I loved watching Stacy Kidd. I loved watching KLXi, all these guys. But there's more to house music than the usual suspects. You know, all I hear is the same 10 tracks that the last DJ played. I want to hear some Jackin house. I want to hear some Latin house. I want to hear some French, some Brazilian, whatever. I want to hear different. I don't want to hear the same Hey Hey song or the same, you know, Percolator or whatever. And again, no disrespect to these DJs, of course, because they're friends of mine too. But we need to educate these people when it comes down to house music, because it's not the same tracks over and over and over again. We need to tell these people, these crowds, these house heads, hey, look, this is a track from Tony Techniques. Hey, this is a track from Dan Laino. This is a track from DJ Mass. Da 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 da. We need to do better as DJs. I remember there was a posting not too long ago about the club scene and something about like the music that we play and how we don't educate these people.
I saw that article.
Did you see that? Yeah.
I did see it.
That's what us as DJs are failing, because we're not educating these people and letting them know, hey, listen, don't get stuck with only this music. There's this right here. I remember playing Hey Hey back in 20 teens when it first came out on vinyl, and everybody hated that song.
You know what? So Dennis Ferrer came to Red Dog in 2009 or 2010. 2009.
No, it was
2009.
Was it?
Yeah, it's 2009.
Because I remember, yeah.
2009, I remember. Because it was Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh, that's right.
It was 2009 at Red Dog.
Is it the same day he said, please stop playing my song?
No.
No, okay.
No, because it just came out.
Okay.
And he played the track, and the floor at Red Dog was like freak. I thought we were going to fall through the floor.
Oh, shit.
And it was the first time that I had seen him, and I had heard the track, and it was coming in. And it was the first time that everybody got to hear that song here in Chicago, because it wasn't getting played. And the room went wild, but then he was playing at another club. And it didn't go at all.
I believe
people did not like it. They did not want to hear it. And then 10 years later, it became a famous track all over again. It's like an anthem anywhere you go.
It reminds me of Eddie Amador's house music. You guys remember that one? Oh
yes.
my God. I love it, but it's like an anthem now. It's like house.
I think the new house music scene is doing good in certain parts here in the city.
It is. It really is.
It's elevated. They're getting it. They understand it. I think it's just a Southwest side thing.
I think so. You know, and the thing is that, listen, and it's no diss to anybody, of course, because I love old school house. I still spun it. I spun it last week, of course. But I feel like we need to educate these people.
Well, maybe,
too.
just talk to a club owner, right? Hey, I want to
Can we have a new house night?
new school music night.
But that's the problem.
If it doesn't bring in money to drink, then they don't want to do it.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
It takes
That's
time.
the bad part.
It takes
Yeah.
time to build that. It's not going to
And
happen.
you're right.
I give John Aces, though, at the Crash, I do give him a lot of credit, because he does allow for that. Granted, John likes, the older house, because it entertains the crowd, but he's let Numo Dan, he's let he's let House 13.
Yeah, everybody.
He's let a lot of people in to allow for them to introduce that new house music. And I do give that to the Crash. They do. I do want to recognize some people before they go. Thank you, Sam, for tuning in.
Oh yeah, Samuel, man. We'll talk later, buddy.
And then Sue Vargas, thank you, hon, for tuning in. Have a good night. Tony T knows the truth, the true history of house.
Hello, Julius.
I was there since the beginning, and at the time I was working in Chicago major clubs at the time. So we'll have to eventually have a conversation with you, Tony, because I know you have a large history. We've talked to him. He was supposed to be at the first conference, and unfortunately wasn't able to make it. I think you're right. The South Side is so entertained with the old music
And
that's
there's
so
nothing wrong with
hard
that.
to break. No, there's not.
No, and there's nothing wrong with
because
that.
it takes them
I'm
back
an old
to a
school
time.
DJ, right?
And
I know, but it takes them back to a time
Right, that
where
they-
things were sometimes better.
Yeah.
And I get that, because I do that with R&B. I love my R&B, and I can listen to old R&B any point in time.
I mean, I get it. New edition.
Oh, yes, we all know I'm a New Edition fan and Prince fan.
I watched that.
Prince and New
the biggest
Edition.
Prince
Yes,
fan
yes,
over
yes.
here.
But listen, before you say anything else, let me just say this, okay? And it's not a disrespect to any old school DJ, because again, I spin old school. I love it. I mean, I get it. He's looking over there like, hey. No, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay to spin old school, but I think like maybe you should throw a little of the new stuff here and there. Right? See, he's agreeing. But, and again, no disrespect to anybody, but I think we definitely should put a little bit of the new stuff, because you never know. One of those tracks might just hit, and they're going to be like, hey, can you play that track again, and blah, 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 blah. Because that's all it takes. Again, we talked about it. It only takes one track for everybody to be like, hey, I like that. That's a pretty dope-ass track. I mean, look at Hey, Hey.
Well, and also let's talk about the radio station on 103 point. What is it?
Jams?
3.1.
103.1. Is it?
Polish station.
No, no.
No,
You're right.
no, the zone. The
The
zone.
zone, my bad.
The
Yeah,
zone.
The zone,
The
right.
zone, yeah.
The Nubo's
I was
on.
thinking about the
Nubo,
jams.
Nicaragua.
Yeah.
They're playing good. They're playing.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
playing newer stuff.
Yeah.
And that's, I love it. I love when they do that.
Yeah, and what I like about that's Dan and Reich that take the mixes,
Right.
and they've taken mixes from a lot of people, which I
Right.
think that's pretty badass. That's awesome, because I don't think there's any other station that plays mixes on
I think
Fridays or
that's maybe,
Saturdays, is there?
that might be the problem. No major radio station.
Because I think B96 is done.
Yeah, they're not
Mixes,
doing
right?
any mixes,
Yeah.
and the only one that does do it is 103, 100.3. They Brian Middleton still does his mixes.
Does
at
he
night.
really?
Yeah, there's
Oh.
a mix show that he does. I think either on
Okay.
Friday or Saturdays. It's not that long, but it's there. I don't think Kiss does any mix shows anymore. And now that
Well, Kiss is
104.3,
gone, isn't it? I think
no,
that's
104.3 is gone.
Well, I'm gonna,
that's right,
I'm
yeah.
gonna plug something. So we're, it's no secret. I do these USB projects every year, and I always encourage the DJs on the USB, and we have a great lineup this year. Play new music on the USBs. This is your opportunity.
Am I doing a drop?
Yeah, you can do a drop. The Summer Hot Mix 6 coming out this summer. Yeah, that's my drop. So, yeah, I mean, this is a great opportunity. It's coming out this year. For those who maybe don't get to hear it at a club or on the radio, this will be an opportunity to hear a lot of the
And we
music.
still have our Latinos in the House USBs as well.
right.
So those are still available for everybody who had everything, including Miss Mystery's mix on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
name I haven't heard in years.
that's a one that
Classic.
USB's got to be one that to get everything. Let me read this from Ben Proper Baez. He says, "Me as a promoter, it sucks to actually say this, but bars, especially clubs, will not take a lot of local talent, and when they do, they literally want to throw $300 or $200 at you, and they think that's going to cover DJs." Posters, graphics, and flyers. I've been doing this for a very long time, and it's very hard, and I'm still trying to this day. I agree. Mario Reyes, part of the problem is back in the day you had one resident DJ play the entire night, and we would introduce new music. Now most venues have 4 or 5 DJs. I agree. And a lot of people are saying,
Ben is
what's
right.
up? Yeah, he
Ben
is.
is 100% right, because I mean that's why I stopped dealing with clubs myself, because they didn't want to pay, and then they would start bullying you into playing different like music that didn't even fit that night.
You're right. I had. I'm not gonna say where I was at. I was supposed to have an alternative night, and right away, like, hey, can you play some Bad Bunny? Like,
Oh, boy.
it's alternative night. No, I'm not gonna do that. So you're right.
Yeah.
The club owners get freaked out, right?
But I also think too, though, if memory serves me correctly, which basically on all the sessions we've had with the DJs every week would listen to what was on the radio played brand new and
Yes.
would be at a record pool the next day trying to find out what that song was
Yep.
and got copies of them. And you don't do that anymore because you're not playing new tracks.
What was the saying? If you play it, say it.
Yeah, I was one of those DJs. Every weekend we would back. I don't know. I know we wanted to play the first or 30 track. We wanted that back then. I don't know if that's the way it is now. I have no idea.
No, it really isn't. To be honest
But
with you, it really isn't.
Right now, you
You know what it is right
There's
now?
a lot of great remixes of old
Hey,
stuff,
Clarence.
but there should be like newer stuff.
You're wrong, Clarence. You're wrong.
I just read that.
I was like, oh my God. Thanks, Clarence, for joining in. We're here with Tony Techniques, in case you don't know who he is, but
my
you
God.
should by this point in time. Who were your go-tos? Like, give me, if you wanted to meet somebody right here, right now, and I could snap my finger and bring them, who would you want?
Oh Jesus.
He might be.
I think I already passed already, because I was blessed to spin with this guy, Bad Boy Bill.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
And that was in Indiana. I spun with him. What was it? 2021 or 2022? That was out in Indiana. DJ Crazy and DJ Chile had booked me to spin over there, and I was like starstruck. I'm like,
I heard you.
I know, I'm like,
I heard you.
Bill. But that was one of those DJs where I'm like, I always wanted to spin with that guy. It was like, wow. But if there's somebody else, I don't know, maybe Carl Cox.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I always wanted to be on stage with, of course, Daft Punk. That's wow. Basement Jacks and Cassius.
Ooh, Cassius.
Yeah.
That's a.
That was my holy shit, like Basement Jacks, Cassius, Carl Cox. The European cats.
Yeah, that would be cool. I could see you with Carl Cox.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. I think he's a phenomenal DJ. He's just awesome.
I think he
too.
retired already, didn't he?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. I think it's this year he's going to retire. But yeah, that's crazy. So, who would you want to thank that you have not gotten a chance to thank?
Besides my mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of people. I would say my first mentor, DJ Romeo, for teaching me how to make the mixes on computers and editing and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say Ray Martinez for teaching me a lot about music production and Numo Dan as well. Louis Gomez, even though, like I said, I don't talk to him, he did teach me a lot about music production. Like mixing and mastering and all that stuff. There's a lot of other people. DJ Disco for giving me my first opportunity at a big club with Zentra.
Mm-hmm.
But there's those are like a couple of the main ones right now that I can think off the top of my head.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What do you got lined up in the future? What can we expect from you?
Oh boy. Besides more music, I know that I will be DJing out of state again. There's a couple of gigs out in Colorado for the Love Fest that they do there with the LGBTQ. And of course, trying to get back to California, out to San Francisco with the other California cats. But that's pretty much it. I want to do more events this year.
Any local?
Yeah.
What local event would you like to play at?
Man, honestly, I'd love to DJ if I don't know, to be honest with
Where
you.
you would feature your music, or at least
Yes.
and your artists.
Yes, and your artistry.
Oh man, I would have to say one of those big events. Like I'd love to rent like Geeks Seat Stadium, throw a big ass house event there maybe. Maybe with something with the city of Chicago. I don't know. To be honest with you, it seems like there's not a lot of big events in Chicago, and if they are, it's like the same DJs over and over again. Unfortunately, I honestly would want to think outside of the box. Like, what do you do that nobody else has done?
And what's that?
There's a lot of things.
There's a lot. But
There's a lot that hasn't been done.
Well, that
Yeah.
Geek
throw a big.
Stadium.
My dream was always to throw a big house music event with like 2 stages of different types of house music. But I mean, the problem is that there's no sponsors right now.
No.
And the sponsors,
There's
with
no
everything
money.
unfortunately, with everything that's going on right now, that nobody wants to give money.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, what do you do? And luckily, I'm happy to have like people like Danny. They're like, well, you know what? We could just throw a nice little party here at Crash and call
nice,
it a day.
Nice and intimate.
Yeah, and it works. It really works.
And you have 2 rooms. You have that one room that John made in the back. So you got one for that, and you got the front area. Why not?
I mean, right now we're in talks with the Crash to do another event there, because they loved how we did the event last week. So I said, yeah, we could definitely do like a daytime or something, whatever's clever. But that's something, and I really want to do something else in the future, but
I'm thinking.
I'm giving you too much information, woman. I gotta go. Goodbye.
This woman thinks it's dangerous. What up, Ben? Ben.
It's all about sharing is caring, damn it!
A la chingada, I'm taking this with me.
Don't take the mic. I just figured out which one actually works.
Just watch it be that this isn't the one that works. It's like, testes, 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God! You should have heard me earlier. It was hilarious. Well,
Oh my God.
I'm so happy that you got the chance to be here.
I appreciate it. Thanks, you guys.
I love the fact that you've supported us. You've always been a huge supporter of me. Anytime that I call, you pick up the phone, and I truly appreciate your friendship and your
it's-
support on everything.
Pleasure's all mine.
I'm so happy that you got your recognition. We are looking to get recognition for CRX and all of their wonderful contributions. We hope to do that.
You should do that. We had the CYC reunion. Maybe
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna
CRX
be-
reunion.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I am going to give you. I'm going to share the Facebook page for Jamie.
Okay.
He hit me up yesterday, like all late about it. I was like, oh, thanks. He's like, yeah, go ahead and share. We can work something out. Like, okay, cool.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love
it.
Jack and Jamie. He's awesome. I mean, when he was on the tables, this motherfucker was a badass. I was like, the tricks that he would do, I was like, I can't do that. My arm don't go that way. You know? So, but, I mean, I would love to have BG on that panel.
So VG,
supposed to.
I hope if I can get her. I already talked to her. Maybe if you want to talk to her, because I know she's in Jersey doing her thing, and then plus she's got the separate radio station for Nevada.
Yeah.
Or Nebraska, one of the two. I think it's Nevada. So I really would like. We were supposed to have VG for the conference last year for CYC, so we definitely got to get here for CRX.
You know, and going back to that question you asked, VG's another person I want to thank because she's the one that's always had my back when it comes down to like mixes and whatnot. She's the one that has me as the resident DJ for Energy 90.5 out in Omaha, Nebraska. So I send my mixes. They play it every Thursday from 5 to 6. Yeah, 5 to 6. And I told her, I'm like, I'm so thankful for that because it just gives me an outlet.
Another platform.
Exactly.
It's another
You know?
platform.
And again, there's just so many people I want to thank. I just can't think of everybody's name out there. I mean, you have everybody from record stage or records stores, VG, all these people. It's like, man, I'm grateful and blessed that they were always there for me.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Mario said, "Great interview, guys. Mr.
Oh,
Techniques,
thank
I
you.
learned a lot."
That's right.
That is awesome.
I learned
That
a lot.
is why we are here for everyone to learn about the history of
And
other
we didn't even
DJs.
talk about other stuff from my past, but that's okay. That's
That'd
for
be in
another
part
time.
2.
That'll be part 2. Because I know
Everybody has a part 2. Mario even has a part 2 that we got to bring
The
him back
dirt-
for.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
The dirty version.
Well,
Oh my God. Well, thank you for joining us, Tony.
thank you.
I
guys.
really do appreciate it. We are going to go through the whole list of things that we got going on for our wonderful podcast. Next week we're going to have Crate Bug, another Chicago icon, from
Remixer.
DJ,
Yep.
remixer, producer. He's got a couple of new tracks out right now, so we're going to talk about that. The week after, we got Victor Salazar of Vinyl Session Chicago, everybody's favorite TikTok DJ. He will be here.
I
We're
thought that
going
was Mike. I thought Mike was everyone's favorite TikTok DJ.
Well, I keep telling him to get back on TikTok. He's not listening to me, so
Victor's awesome. Victor's awesome.
Victor is awesome. He's been the opener for Gino Rock and Romo's Club Romo days, so it's gonna be great talking to him. We're gonna be gone for 2 weeks.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we'll be off for 2 weeks. I'm having surgery, so I will need to, shut down and
Chill.
recoup and chill for 2 weeks. And then we will be back on May 13th with Xavier from Xavier's Club.
Oh, nice.
Yes, he will be here. And then the week after, Julio Sierra will finally be in this chair. So I'm excited to see that because he has got a lot of things going on right now, especially with Branding Iron.
Yeah, he's doing a great job
and
over
I
there.
mean, from his little start from sitting in the back of the car waiting for us to stop partying.
From
to where he's
being in
at.
the courtroom at
Yeah.
Alcatraz to now
There you go.
running
To
Branding
now
Iron.
running Branding Iron and all the
Yeah.
events going on over there, which he's doing a fantastic job. This Saturday is Salerno's with George Lamond. If you have not gotten your tickets, please get your tickets. These are icons that, we get to see them, we get to see them. He's right up there with Lisa.
April 12th, we have Taylor Dane at Joe's
Yes, April
Live.
12th.
Oh,
Taylor Dane with DJ Rick Guerrero and DJ Gloria.
Right.
So DJ starts at 5 o'clock, and then Taylor Dane will be on at
at
7.
7.
So it's going to be an early night, folks. So make sure that you get your tickets.
It's like a quickie, in and out.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oops.
I'm not going to say that,
I was
but
quiet.
there
I
you
was
go.
quiet most of the interview. It's time for me to chat.
But it will end early, so you can get home and get some sleep and go to work the next morning. So make sure you make your plans for that. I also want to announce, because I am a part of it, House Stock 2026 is happening on May
Memorial
May
Day?
24th. That's Sunday before Memorial Day. Please let me know if you want to go. It is by invite only. It is a blast. You want to talk about new music and different DJs?
There you go.
This is where to be. You've got DJ Voodoo, DJ QMM. Who else am I?
Wait, which
Little
QMM
John.
are we talking about?
This QMM, the one behind the camera right
The one
now.
she's gonna marry.
The one I'm gonna
Aw.
marry. You've got DJ Little John. You've got Jesus.
It's a little dark.
Little Don, I heard that too.
Steve Miggity Meister will be a part of it this year. Mickey Calvin will be a part of it this year. You've got so many great DJs as a part of House Stock. It is by invitation only because we love it being peaceful. It has grown over the years since it started in its inception. So please, 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 if you want to know more information, please reach out to me or Mike, and we will get you that information and send you the invite to where it's at. Again, May 24th on a Sunday from 11 to 7 p.m. You bring your own drinks in a plastic bottle, of course. You bring your own food, your own barbecue, your own tent. You pitch it up, and you'll have a ball. What else? Janelle's. I want to make sure I mention Al. Al's having his Janelle's reunion at Llama on April 18th. He's gonna have Martino Spinning Ramos, Jesse De La Peña. I forgot who the others are there. Damn it. Can't think of it off the top of my head. Martino Spinning Ramos.
Martino and friends would be
Yes,
there.
Martino and friends will be there. And then they'll also have a little appearance by the Colitos as well. Ray from the Colitos will be also hosting that day. It's $20 to get in. They have a power card that you could purchase. I don't know where the power card's at, but you can look under Llama, or you can go under Martino
Llama
Spinning Ramos.
on the north side.
Yes, Llama on the north side. They will be
It's not like a
hosting it.
venture card, is it?
I guess
I
it's
like
a
the
venture card.
power card.
I'm not sure. So you've got that going on, and then of course CEMC, the Chicago Electric Music Conference, is happening this Saturday. Please get your tickets. You can look on the Latinos in the House website, and I'll also have it on mine. Pablo, I'll have you share it on yours. Latinos in the House will be representing the Chicago Electric Music Conference. We will be in a panel, like a speed dating panel.
Oh.
I think it's going to be really cool.
That's pretty kinky.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So I guess they did this out in Australia at a music conference out there. So they brought the concept here to Chicago. So they'll be trying it out the first time this year.
What's the
So-
concept? Just like
It's like speed dating. People
1 minute
who want to get into
interview?
the industry, they come in front of you for about 5 minutes. They have a conversation with you, and then they move on to the next person. So I'm really excited. We've got a lot of people
interesting.
joining that from different
very
areas of
interesting
music.
in this case.
Yeah. I'm really, really excited for it.
Reminds me of the 40-year-old virgin. Remember when they were doing speed dating on that?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
You did, oh my god, that was too funny.
So please join us there as well. Tickets, you can get tickets, I believe, on Eventbrite. It's going to be at the Ramova Theater in Bridgeport. I believe it starts at 11 a.m. up until I think like 6, and then they even got an after party with a bunch of great DJs as a lineup as well, also at the Ramova. So please make sure you get your tickets. I believe they're like $30. So please, join that as well. We've got a lot of stuff going on. We're going into May. So just make sure you got Cinco de Mayo over at Bourbon Street with our boys 3J. Also, our brothers, the industry DJs.
April 20th.
April 20th is when they're going to be celebrating their 4-year anniversary.
We gotta go.
So we will be there in the house supporting them. It is going to be at Branding Iron. They will be interviewing Julio Sierra and Sandra Gambino, who basically help run the events over at Gamino. I'm sorry, Gambino. I'm making her sound like as if she's an Italian mom. Mamma mia, mamma mia.
Capiche?
Somebody let Sandra know what I just said. So they'll be there on April 20th, celebrating their 4-year anniversary, interviewing them. They'll be having some free appetizers. A couple of vendors will be there. So please make sure you make it out. Support the industry DJs. They have been on their 4 years. They are brothers. They are mentors. So please make sure you're going out and representing them. That is all I have today. Again, happy birthday, Louis Segura from the Dominating Six. Birthday yesterday. We'll have a shot after we get off the
I'll have
camera.
2 for you.
Yes, he will have 2 for you.
Uh-oh.
And we'll
I
even
guess
call
I'll
you.
take one
Yes,
spoon.
we'll call you to let you know we're having the shot as well. But if we missed your birthday, happy birthday to everybody who's celebrating a birthday. And we will see you next week with Crate Bug, Chicago icon, DJ, remixer, and producer. We will see you next week. Thank you, Tony Techniques, for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
And thank you for joining us, everybody, on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. You all have a great day and a great week, and we hope to see you sometime this week or next week.
Buenos nachos.
Deuces.
Adios.
It's time to chat and speak the truth. We will talk with DJs, producers, artists, and dance groups. Our Latino contributions to the scene is strong. With Stephanie Pablo and DJ QMM, you can't go wrong. Hey, House Nation, don't count us out. It took all of Chicago to evolve the sound. Bum, 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 bum. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. We are Latinos in the house. Don't count us out. It's time to chat and speak the truth.